I'll call this meeting to order. Roll call.
We doing excise first?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
That's okay.
We don't want to do.
Just a review of the transfer.
Yeah.
That's it.
Excise Board calls this meeting to order.
Joe Clement,
Yes.
Jerry Terrell,
Here.
Stoney Odom.
Number 3, is there any new business,
I have none.
Commissioner?
No.
Number 4, approve Excise Board proceedings from the previous meeting.
So moved.
Need a second?
Yeah.
Joe Clement,
Yes.
Jerry Terrell,
Yes. Number 5.
Yeah. You ready, Hen?
yes.
Discuss and consider approving pay increases for the new elected officials taking office January the 1st, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second it.
Joe Clement,
Yes.
Yes.
Jerry Terrell.
Review that.
Number 6, review and sign of approved appropriations and transfers appropriation.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Joe Clement,
Yes.
Jerry Terrell.
Yes.
Number 7, adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Joe Clement,
Yes.
Jerry Terrell.
Yes.
Appropriation.
Now we're ready.
Yeah.
I'll call this commissioners meeting to order. Roll call.
Clark McClary,
Here.
Larry Watson.
Here.
Billy Cloud.
Here.
Item number 3, the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 4, recognize guests. We want to thank all of our guests for being here today. Item number 5 is new business. Billy, Don, you got any new business today? Larry?
No.
Sheriff, you got any new business?
Not today.
Tina? Holly? No? All right. Move on to item number 6. Approve commissioners' proceedings from previous meetings.
Make a motion to approve. I'll second it.
Clark McClary,
Yes.
Larry Watson.
Yes.
Billy Cloud.
Yes.
Item number 7, approve blanket POs.
Do not have any.
No action on 7. We have no blanket POs. Item number 8, Billy Hass with Cross Telephone will be discussing upcoming construction areas for fiber optic services.
That's you.
Go ahead.
All right, take it away. My name is Billy Haas. I'm here today to bring awareness to the local community for cross telephone fiber optic installment in and surrounding areas of Stigler. The Floyd's construction crews will be installing buried fiber routes alongside county roads and highways. Please be aware of our workers' safety by slowing down if you enter these construction zones. The area Floyd Construction will be entering next is the JRC Ranch Exchange. The roads listed will be the next working areas for the next 3 months. This will be an ongoing project in this area for the next year of 2025. Floyd's Construction is a very reputable contractor who takes pride in their work and displays great work integrity and have a professional and friendly staff. Feel free to approach any of Floyd's construction workers as they are easily approachable. For any other questions or concerns, please contact Cross Telephone at 918-828-6567 if interested in fiber service. The roads listed are South Fish Creek Road, East 1230 Road, Southwest 7th Street, West County Road 1239D, West County Road 1250, County Road D1263, North 4440 Road, West County Road 1270, State Highway 82 South. There's also a map I will have here to make copies of with Hannah to show the future work that will be going into 2025 and potentially 2026 for this government funded job. Thank you.
Appreciate you doing it.
Thank you, sir. Moving on to item 9, discuss, consider Lona Valley Fire Department going out for bids on a new fire truck.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Clark McCleary,
Yes.
Larry Watson,
Yes.
Billy Cloud.
Yes.
Item number 10, review and sign approved updated disaster recovery plan for Haskell County District 3 for fiscal year 24-25.
Make a motion to approve. Just have to sign the front.
I'll second it.
Clark McCleary,
Yes.
Larry Watson,
Yes.
Billy Cloud.
Yes.
Just the front. It's just the front.
Next one.
Item number 11, review and sign approved updated inventory list for Haskell County District 3 for fiscal year 24-25.
Just be a discussion item, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't think we have to have these run before the board.
Okay.
I don't think we have to have, vote to approve these inventory lists.
Okay.
Just-
Yeah, that's just, she's done been out, our auditor has
I think she just wanted
decided.
that put on there just to show that they were separated.
Okay.
Because I think there was an issue last week.
Okay.
No action.
No action needed on that one.
Never mind.
Yeah, she went out there last week.
Item number 12, review and sign approved court clerk records management and preservation monthly report.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Clark McCleary,
Yes.
Larry Watson.
Yes.
Billy Cloud.
Yes.
Just the top. Oh, there's another one down there. I see it.
She got a hit on you.
Next one's
Item number 13, review and sign approved monthly report for assessor, court clerk, and election board.
Make a motion to approve.
Second it.
Clark McCleary,
Yes.
Larry Watson.
Yes.
Billy Cloud.
Yes.
One hit of that, there's two of them now. There's excuse you.
Item number 14 is a 10-15 bid opening, so we're gonna pass it just for a minute and move on to 15 and start that one. Review and sign if approved appropriations, transfer appropriations, checks received, and POs to be paid.
Make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Clark McCleary.
Yes.
Larry Watson.
Yes.
Billy Cloud.
Yes.
What you read off with the road numbers, do you care if we get a copy of that?
I'll clean it up.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Will you do that every time you start on a new section?
Yeah, I can.
If you would,
you want-
yeah,
Absolutely.
when you're fixing
I
to go
think, I
on.
think that's the best way.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
One, 2 minutes. Reject to Tina. I'm gonna put that in the mail.
We'll have to give it to her. She'll mail it.
Still got a minute. Good to go.
All right, it's 10-15, so we're gonna move back to this, number 14, open seal bids for District 1 for hauling asphalt. I think we just had one bid.
Looks like it. Cut my head off. That's from Taz Trucking for $10 a ton.
Make a motion, we accept it.
Second.
Clark McCleary.
Yes.
Larry Watson.
Yes.
Billy Cloud.
Yes.
My job said over 30 minutes. Take that.
We didn't put one with it because it was, we're paying him for his work.
Okay, so he didn't deliver any goods. Okay. I just didn't know. I never had noticed that.
It says repairs, but I don't.
He just uninstalled his sink or something. It didn't, I just thought they all required a receiving report or an invoice.
I think only if there's goods
Delivered.
bought, yeah.
So labor didn't have to have one.
I don't believe so.
You saved a bunch of money on that. I forget what, I remember you saying that.
For 30,000, if you ordered it through GoPro.
appreciate you doing it.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Is there any other way? I mean, so you don't have to front the money? I mean, a P card?
Well, yeah. We'll get there though.
You see what she saved us?
Mm-hmm, yeah, she told me about that.
We appreciate it. Why is it so high through them?
I don't know, because I really think they ordered through Amazon. And
Kick it to you?
yeah, I think so.
You gotta keep the lights on, I guess, 'cause not real plated.
And some counties making, you know, that little bigger.
Why would
ones.
they?
I don't know. I really don't.
That's a $3,000 clip right there.
Insane. There's really no telling how much other stuff they can get you. I know.
Oh, I told you, I've spent since I've been in here, and I've saved as much as $500 on one part. I think we might be able to do that after next July or so.
Hopefully sooner.
Think so?
I hope.
Is that necessary?
Not really.
Okay.
Not if she's doing the receiving report.
Because, I mean, you're listing, itemizing things out there, and you still come up the total.
Not if you're doing that yet. Really, it's kind of a hassle if we have to take that apart every week.
Tear it up.
Yeah.
You use them down there, Clark, down there at Ace, that hydraulic bunch.
No,
We took 2 cylinders down there and dropped it off, and the next day they called and they had them all repacked and ready to go.
we've been using Central for a long time.
We kind of float back and forth. And even the one out of McAllister, so. He might have went to that meeting, that windmill meeting. Get out of there. Now who calls from a number like that? All one. They've got my number again. They've been calling me 10, 12 times a day.
I had somebody that called me asking if I worked salary.
They started that too. Mainly it's Medicare or some kind of supplement.
I'm not that old, and I haven't got those calls yet.
Yep.
Don't mind to go back to new business just for a minute, I can touch on the wind turbine situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Tim.
So, as y'all know, McIntosh County has been, their commissioners have had multiple meetings on wind turbines coming into the eastern part of McIntosh County. We're talking about approximately 122 wind turbines, 720 foot tall, that the company that is doing them is called TransAlta. And that will be phase 1. Phase 2 through 5 is supposed to incorporate Haskell County. The citizens the majority of the citizens have been to most of the meetings. Last meeting, I bet there was over 400 people that opposed the wind turbine situation that's going in. The commissioners were voting this morning over there, and I got confirmation they voted this morning for a moratorium on the county roads, not on private property, but for their legal advisor advised that they could put a moratorium on county roads that nothing to do with the wind turbine can be put because of there's no studies, there's nobody overseeing the wind turbine project. Hoping that after Tuesday's election that will be kind of null and void due to the fact that these wind turbine projects are done with federal subsidies. So just so y'all know, that plan is to come into Haskell County at phase 4 and 5 is what we've been told. But TransAlta will be in McIntosh County December the 2nd for a town meeting. So if one or two, or if y'all would like to come, I'll give you the dates and time of that to let y'all know. But I just want y'all to have a heads up so you're not blindsided like the community was blindsided with it over there.
Correct me if I'm wrong, there's no bonding or permitting like mining or any,
There's no regulations other than a FAA. You have to have an FAA clearance. The big issues that we're learning is that live flight will not fly in the area. The other issues that they're having is, like in that area, Vivian is the only water source that they have. So if they hit an aquifer in that area, Vivian's without water. Not talking about, and as you talk about people's property rights, I believe everybody has property rights and everybody's property rights should be protected. But the surface underneath the surface of the property is where they're concerned, along with medevac not being able to get in the area. Hell, the life flight companies have said, hey, we can't fly in that area because of the static electricity that they produce. The other big issue is the only Devon Tower will be 60 foot taller than these windmills. Berlin is the only other place that has windmills taller than 720 feet. So we're talking about a huge issue that has arisen over there because of lack of communication. So that's why I came this morning, just to give you guys a heads up. I know Commissioner Watson has called a couple times about it, so I wanted the rest of you guys to know that it is coming. They're talking about it. Hopefully subsidies go away, we don't have to worry about it, but December 2nd, the company will be in Eufaula talking about the phases. There's not been maps released yet on the other phases, but we do know there's been property owners contacted throughout reference the wind turbine situation. So
it'll be up to your legislators to get something on deck to kind of
so
prevent this stuff.
Senator Green is working on legislation to put some regulations in place. There is no regulations as of this time. So Senator Green is working on that because he's out of Lincoln County, and Lincoln County just went through that same issue. But again, the big thing that McIntosh County is doing right now is getting on a petition to go to the vote of the people to say they want wind or don't want wind. The legislators can do some regulation, but as was said the other day, the last meeting, is if eastern Oklahoma doesn't want it, we don't want to penalize western Oklahoma for them wanting it by setting legislation for 77 counties where part of the state wants it and the other part doesn't want it. So that's why we're trying to get in front of the county side first. And I know that they're over halfway there on their petition to go to the vote of the people to keep renewable energies out of the county over there.
What's the moratorium on the county roads amount to?
So basically it just says that the wind turbine companies don't have access to operate on the county roads. due to the excessive weight, due to multiple different reasons. They said they can keep them off the county roads, they couldn't keep them off people's private property. So they did the moratoriums specifically for the wind turbine, renewable energy projects, to keep them off the county roads. And their legal advisor said that was perfectly legal, but you could not do a moratorium to keep them off private property. Now, Hughes County did a moratorium basically saying, we don't want wind turbines in the county. Craig County did that, and then they went to zoning, and the big thing is trying to avoid county zoning, because county zoning is not good for anybody. So you know they're asking for county zoning in McIntosh County right now.
The citizens are.
The citizens are, but the understanding that after trying to explain it, several community members explained the county zoning issue. Now they're trying to get it on the ballot to get it. The moratorium should be able to buy on time to get it on the ballot in February, have a special election to vote on the turbine issue.
Have they not done any independent studies? It's all been in-house studies?
So allegedly, independent studies have been done by TransAlta, but they will not release them. They've been asked to release the geological studies that they've done, and they have not released anything.
One of the issues that we discussed Thursday and Friday with the treasurers is a lot of the western county treasurers, they're having a hard time collecting. You know, oil and gas has always been an issue. They protest their taxes. It ties that up for years. But eventually you work something out with oil and gas. At this date, a lot of them have said they have never gotten anything from the wind people, and they're having trouble collecting taxes. And I think that's a big thing that people don't realize. They think this is going to be great for the county, and they let them come in because they offer this money, and then there's no tax money, there's no sales tax money because they're filing protests that tie up for years.
The reclamation's where my issue is. I mean, if there's no money set up front, when they go out, then it's on the landowner.
They're estimating, and I'm not a concrete guy, but 600 cubic yards to 1,000 cubic yards per windmill would be the estimation of how much concrete it would take to set that windmill. Anywhere from 100 to 160 foot deep into the ground. The bigger problem that they have is cleanup on the windmills. There's nothing that says, from what we've been told in the studies that people have came to the meetings that have lived through it, there's no way to properly dispose of the turbines themselves. So if you, in the leases that we've heard about and seen are 20-year leases, and you're talking about $1.5 million to $3 million cleanup projects per turbine, and there's nowhere to dispose of them. So if the company goes bankrupt because the subsidies run out, who's left to clean up the turbine situation?
The landowners have no recourse.
In the mining, they did because
Yeah,
there's
bonding.
there's bond money put aside, but there's nothing in this situation.
Yeah.
And not just that. I mean, that is a huge issue on one side. But what do we do if they hit our aquifer in Haskell County? Where's our Haskell County? What are we going to do at that point for water in Haskell County?
Right.
I mean, we already have limited resources for Haskell County water, rural water. Them boys work hard every day, especially when wintertime gets here. They're out night and day. So what are we gonna do if they hit an aquifer and now we've got the Brooklyn area without water? So that's just things that I want you guys, I didn't want you guys to be blindsided.
No.
They're talking about it coming.
Appreciate
Pittsburgh
it.
County's aware of it. And I mean, we've talked about it many times. It's a county issue. But I just felt that it was my responsibility to let you guys know where McIntosh County was in the situation.
Let me know the dates. I'd like to make the meeting.
December 2nd, and I will let y'all know the time.
Okay.
Is like a ad valorem tax the only potential for the county to get anything out of them? Or?
So they've talked about that at these meetings, and the bigger issue is that once these windmills go up, the decrease in other people's property values because of windmills, because they're not going to sell. So you're going to see decrease in some property values.
Offset.
And then the other thing is can you collect taxes on something that's being funded by federal subsidy? because they're not generating a revenue. As of right now, the windmills are not generating, they're not generating revenue, they're in a loss every year.
Yeah.
That's why we're using that, the Biden Green New Energy project to fund this deal. So where will we be at? Where will we be at if there's no money if there's no money to collect, because it's federal subsidies, where's the county benefit from?
Are there landowners already that have entered into contracts with them?
Over 20 landowners, for a 10-mile stretch. There's five major ranches that had entered into it, and, there's NDAs signed on those, and, those 5 ranches are owned, 4's owned out of Texas, 1's owned out of Louisiana.
But they could, I mean, before they enter that contract, they could make them bond them personally, couldn't they, Terry? I mean, just like a landowner, I mean, they could make them front that if they were
I think
thinking
the
ahead.
problem is
Well,
as
to
of the
protect the
9th
lot.
of November,
So the cost of reclaiming it.
construction
Yeah.
date was granted 9th of November. So phase one could potentially be done. Now, here's the major key to it, is TransAlta is saying 2 to 3 years before they start building. That's fine. I think that money will be gone before then, and those turbines, that project will be done. But even with that being said, I don't wanna be behind the 8 ball if we're,
No, need to educate our landowners, anybody that's contacted, they need to know before they get into a contract
Yeah.
that they can make them bond to them personally for reclamation.
so then I don't know, can you make them bond
You
personally?
bet.
I don't like the fact that life flight won't fly.
That's the
Yeah,
first I'd heard of that.
It's a big issue because of the static electricity that's
Yes, sir.
produced by the windmill, the turbine.
Because there are several occasions when we don't have an ambulance available at all in Haskell County, and they have to send a life flight helicopter. Quite a few times.
So, I didn't mean to
No.
be late, but I just wanted you guys to understand what we're seeing at McIntosh County right now.
Appreciate it.
And that meeting will be at McIntosh, or?
It'll be in McIntosh County, yeah.
I'll be there, yeah, 'cause I don't like the turbine.
Yeah. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Moving on to item number 16 to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I second it,
Carter McCleary.
Yes.
Larry Watson.
Yes.
Billy Cloud.
yes.